Don't touch that dial.
We never thought that we would get caught. I'm drowning. If I had any advice to give to up-and-coming musicians, it would definitely be to get out there as much as possible. Start to learn how different scenes work, how different parts of the music industry work. You know, maybe you enjoy studio recording, maybe you enjoy the live performance, like the producing and the engineering and all that stuff. Figure out what you like and figure out the scenes, but don't just limit yourself to one side of it. You know, learn the whole thing, and that way you become more dangerous in the music industry and just become a more well-versed version of yourself. And don't give in to anyone else's bullshit. Don't sign a record label deal. It's going to put you in the hole. You can cut that part if you want.
We'll start your video with that.
My name is Paul Adams. I'm a singer-songwriter from Florida, Panama City, Florida, up in the Panhandle. I'm a classical pianist, and I'm a teacher. I've just been playing music my entire life. Mister, how is your lovely wife? How is your 9 to 5? Is it enough to get you by? I've been playing music since I was about 4. I know that it all kind of started, we were at an aquarium, and we were at like the stingray petting area, and they were playing Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. And my mom is a music teacher, and she was a classical pianist. She is a classical pianist, and I just like linked in with this Beethoven piece, and I was like, Mom, what is this song? I want to learn it. And she took me home, and when I was 4 was when I started to kind of learn the first steps of Moonlight Sonata. Actually, I got it tattooed on me. I got actually Moonlight Sonata right there because it was such a timepiece of a shift in my life, even at the ripe age of 4. I think what attracts me the most to music is honestly that live interaction. You know, working in studios is fun. It's a whole different beast. But the best part of music to me is that live emotion transferring to the audience and then receiving it back, you know. I mean, there's nothing like seeing people getting lost in the music, and sometimes like singing the lyrics back to you, you know, that's such a huge thing. I really love original music. I went down the route of playing covers for a while, and it just wasn't for me. It was kind of killed my soul from doing that for a while. But I would say out of all the instruments, it really doesn't matter what instrument I'm playing. The main thing is to share it with other people. The 3 artists that have influenced my music the most would probably have to be, I don't know, with each instrument, you know, I kind of let out a different emotion. Acoustically, I'd have to say it'd probably be the Hyde brothers. I actually listened to them religiously and taught myself how to play guitar from listening to their music. Piano-wise, I'm still a big fan of Ben Folds. You know, he's been a big teacher to me. And then drums, I play drums as well. I grew up playing punk rock music and stuff, so I'd have to say a big influence there would be probably Propagandhi. I really like the technical side of fast-paced drums. Please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane, and the blind can have my eyes, and the deaf can take both of my ears if they don't mind the size. I mean, there's a lot of folk musicians that I still look up to. I mean, like John Prine, Hyde brothers, the Wood brothers. I want to say Dylan, but I haven't really gotten into him for a while. But the song structure and the kind of storytelling music of folk music is a huge inspiration to me. And then, yeah, that's it. It was pretty important. I guess I didn't really have to make that decision on if it was important or not if my parents supported me, because my mom has been a music teacher since I was a kid, so I kind of got raised in a music room. I learned music growing up, so it was kind of a natural direction that I was taking. I got into college, and as I was starting my first year, this band from the Dominican Republic we had played a show with them, and they were traveling through the States, and their drummer's visa expired. And they contacted me after a while, and they're like, hey, we're going on the road in the U.S. again. Our drummer can't come. We'll hire you to come down to Miami, learn our songs, and hit the road with us for 2 months. And this was right as I was going into college. So that was kind of where a shift happened, where my mom supported it, and then I had to tell my dad, I was like, I'm gonna put a pause on my educational career and go on the road. And I was like 19 or 20. My dad was pissed. My dad was pretty floored. But after professionally doing it for a couple of years, he saw he was proud of me after a while. And that was a decision I made. I get my parents are gonna be pissed, or my dad was pissed about it, but at this point, they're happy with the decisions I made, and I made the decisions I made because I wanted to, and I wouldn't take it back for anything. I have a pretty memorable performance, and this is kind of gnarly. I was playing with this punk rock band, Sobriety Starts Tomorrow, and we were playing. I had just gotten into the band, so I was filling some pretty big shoes, playing the songs that this other drummer wrote, and he was really good, so it was pretty intimidating. We're playing in this town, Tallahassee, and I'm getting ready for the show. We had a big following there, and I'm just drinking like a gallon of water before we play. We get to the second to last song, and in the set, the second to last song links with the last song. And I'm playing this part, and I realize, like, I'm about to blow chunks. I'm just exhausted. I'm so tired. So I'm playing this song, and then I just start throwing up all of my drums while I'm playing. But the band was so, like, professional, like, you can't stop. You got to keep on going. So as I'm playing, I'm hitting the drums, and the shit's just going back in my face. And I can't, it's just like the endless cycle. Like, I'm getting hit in the face, and I'm throwing up more, and it's hitting me in the face. It's like the whole audience, like, just their jaws were on the floor. And then that song ends. It links with the next song. The band doesn't even turn around. And they just start going into the next song. And I hit the drums again to go in the next song. And at that point, I had to stop. And I just, like, grabbed that gallon of water, and I just, like, poured it over all of my drums, threw the gallon of water, finished the set. But I still hear about that set when I go back to Tallahassee. Like, oh yeah, you're the guy that threw up all over his drums. It's like, yeah, that's me. That's me.
You close the gap. It's been a long time coming. It'll be a long time till I'll be coming back.
With every musician, you come to these crossroads of do I want to take on a professional lifestyle and get a 9-to-5 and everything. And actually, I'm going to perform a song today kind of about that. But for me, one of the hardest parts was I was playing in a professional band. Their name's Deja Vu, and we were playing these cover shows and stuff. And for me, that was a kind of hard crossroad. But we were recording original music the entire time with the intent to start touring professionally on originals. And then over time, like the lead singer, he and his wife had a kid. The bass player got married, and all of their goals sort of started to shift towards this full-time, stay at home, pursue that kind of lifestyle. That was probably the biggest crux that I had to get past, was that I had invested, 2 years of my life into writing and developing this album with this band, and then this intent to go on the road with it was starting to shift to not doing that. And I actually, at that point, I started to play on my own again, and my girlfriend and I renovated a motorhome and started traveling the country. Because for the longest time my goal in life was I want to play music and travel. And then at that point when I realized that wasn't going to happen in the way I intended, I switched it and said I want to travel and play music. So music, no matter what, is going to happen. But then it got put on sort of it wasn't what was going to fuel my travels. And at this point, I feel like music's sort of starting to bubble back up to be that main goal. You know, I'm in Vegas now, we're living here, and I want to push forward and play music as a primary goal. I prefer collaborating with other people, definitely. It's fun when other people bring ideas to the table, and I really enjoy collaborating with people that don't really have that ego of like, this is how it goes, I wrote it, it's the best it's gonna be. I really enjoy coming in and going, hey, what if we did this? Or like kind of molding a song with everyone there till we get on an agreeable track that everyone's just happy with. With the bands I've worked with, the singer will come with a guitar part, I'll write the drum part, the bass player will do his stuff, and then we'll all sort of build the structure of the song together. There's even times where I'll like grab the bass player's bass and be like, hey, try this instead, and then give it back to him, and that'll work. Sometimes it won't, you know, but it's just, I enjoy that music communication way more than playing by myself. Definitely. Yeah. The ultimate goal for me would be to honestly be traveling and playing shows, essentially all originals. And at this point, I do a lot of writing, and I'm not necessarily the best singer, so it wouldn't even bother me to share it with other people and have other people perform it. If I was playing drums, I don't care. Just I could fit in wherever, and just as long as the music's coming to life.
Fancy, careless, free. Give my knees to the needy. Don't put that stuff on me. Hand me down my walking cane. It's a sin to tell a lie and send my mouth way down south and kiss my
Yeah, from what I've seen out of the music scene here, I know that a lot of bigger bands will come through this circuit if they're heading out west or they're heading out to an Eastern tour. I've seen a lot bigger bands here. I went with my buddy Francisco to see Streetlight Manifesto, and that was a killer show. Locally, I've seen a few concerts here, and something that bugs me, like back in the day, you know, I played some cover shows and stuff, and I didn't like it, and then I see a lot of music and entertainment here is just that same kind of commercial cover shows, and that is not what I'm trying to get into. I'm looking for those like basement shows, coffee shop shows, singer-songwriter, original music concerts. I've been to a few. I haven't found anything that I necessarily want to go out there and like extend, like, hey, can we play some music together, you know? But still looking for that, for sure. So between the scene in Vegas and in Panama City and Tallahassee, back there, I grew up playing in the scene since I was a kid, you know, like at a fairly young age. I was 16 when I started playing shows. And people knew who you were. You grew up with them. They knew who you were. They knew what you were bringing to the table. And I was playing in a bunch of bands at that time too. So that's an experience you can't really replicate. Moving to Vegas, you know, I haven't quite got into the music scene too much here. I've been to some shows. I've played a few open mics here just to kind of start to feel the waters, and I don't know. I really can't say I have too much experience with the Las Vegas scene yet, and that's kind of why I'm doing this too, to put my name in the hat. You know, if anyone wants to play some music, hit me up. I feel like I sort of achieved the end game for me personally in the punk rock scene. When I was playing drums with that band from the Dominican Republic, we would go on the road for 2 months at a time, 1 month off, 2 months at a time. And it was really cool. I was traveling a lot. We were traveling with bands that I listened to growing up. I was on the road with some of my idols as a kid, like the drummer of Good Riddance. You know, I was on the road with them for a while, and it was really cool. It was really eye-opening that they were sleeping in squat houses and stuff just like we were on the road. And I remember like having these late night conversations with Sean, the drummer of Good Riddance, and he kind of said, you know, it doesn't go anywhere from here. You know, like a lot of punk rock musicians still live in their parents' basements. And when I started to learn that, I realized that if I want to do music, I need to choose another genre, because that's not how I want to end up. No, yeah. Right now, you can find some of my music at my Instagram, RuntDMC. You can find Sueja Vu on Spotify. We have a new album coming out very soon. That's the band I play with back home in Florida. That album's finally getting released, hopefully in July or August. But we are on Spotify at Sueja, J-A-H, Vu. Check them out. And then, yeah, there'll be a lot more coming out very soon. My name is Paul Adams. This is a midnight session. Thanks for listening.